former President Devan Nair, former President Ong Teng Cheong, former Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Goh Keng Swee, President S.R. Nathan, and Minister Mentor Lee Kuan Yew. These 5 men are among the 50 top political and labour leaders recognised for their great contributions to the labour movement in Singapore. Speaking to 3,500 guests at the NTUC 50th anniversary dinner at Marina Bay Sands, MM Lee recalls the roller coaster ride that the trade unions went through in the 1950s.
It is difficult if you have not lived through, as I have, over the last 50 years, to imagine the roller coaster ride we had in the first 15 years, without which we would never have got here. Many people tonight I've seen, whose faces I remember, without whose valiant efforts and their contribution to the role, we would never have had the kind of peaceful industrial cooperation, not just good relations, but cooperation between workers, employers, and the government. And I would like to explain briefly how that came about. But it is a remarkable story because no other country has achieved this, where we brought the labor union into the collective decision-making process and ensured that they got their fair share of what the economy produces. Those of you who are alive in the 1950s will remember that the NTUC nearly lost to SATU, Singapore Association of Trade Unions, led then by communist leftists. They were mainly Chinese-speaking unions. Fortunately, they lost, or the history of Singapore would have been for the worse. In government, I've never forgotten that it is in the interest of workers and their unions that we must strive for growth and development. In other words, growth is meaningless unless it is shared by the workers and shared not only directly in wage increases, but indirectly in better homes, better schools, better hospitals, better playing fields, a healthier environment for their families and for their children to grow up. I'm glad that since I stood down as Prime Minister in 1990, successive Prime Ministers, first Goh Chok Tong, now Lee Hsien Loong, both carried out the same policies: pro-worker, pro-trade unions.
Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, Senior Minister Goh Chok Tong, President S.R. Nathan, and Minister in the Prime Minister's Office Lim Boon Heng were also among the 50 who received the NTUC 50 Special Recognition. Founding member of the NTUC, Devan Nair, was represented by his son, Janadas Devan, former NTUC Secretary-General Ho Bee Seng by his daughter Ho Gyok Chu, and former Deputy Prime Minister Goh Keng Swee by his wife. Founding member of the National Transport Workers Union, Chin Han Tong, was also present and one of the 50. A commemorative book titled You and Me, capturing the development of NTUC's 50-year history, was launched by MM Lee. Looking ahead, MM posed a challenge to the current batch of union leaders.
The NTUC challenge now is to keep up with the fast pace of economic transformation. The world changes with technology at a fast rate as new technology introduces new lifestyles, new ways of communication, opens up people's horizons, and therefore change becomes faster and faster. And you have to help our young workers, including the old workers, professionals and rank and file, to secure better jobs, better pay, and live a better life for many more years to come.
Catch MM Lee's full speech at the NTUC's 50th anniversary dinner in the next clip.